For years, Nigerians navigated a complex web of taxes, a situation the current administration of President Bola Tinubu set out to change with some reforms. The new reforms are consolidated into 4 core acts, namely the Nigeria Tax Act, which governs personal and corporate income, the Nigeria Tax Administration Act, which standardizes collections across all levels of government, the Nigeria Revenue Service Act, which replaces the FIRS with the Nigeria Revenue Service, and the Joint Revenue Board Act, aimed at ending double taxation by harmonizing federal and state efforts. The government describes this as a pro-poor reform.
These reforms are designed to provide relief to the Nigerian people. Bottom 98% of workers will see either no PAYE tax or lower taxes to be paid. Small businesses, 97% of them will be exempted from corporate income tax, VAT, withholding tax, and large businesses will see a drop in the taxes that they pay. The whole idea being to try and promote economic growth, inclusivity, as well as shared prosperity for our people.
Here is how the new tax law affects those at the bottom of the economic ladder. Zero income tax. Individuals earning 800,000 or less annually are now completely exempt from personal income tax. New rent relief. The old consolidated relief allowance is gone, replaced by a 20% rent deduction on annual rent, capped at 500,000, providing direct relief to tenants. VAT protection. While the VAT rate remains at 7.5%, the list of zero-rated essentials has expanded to include basic food, healthcare, education and electricity, shielding low-income households from inflation on daily needs. Job loss protection. Tax-exempt compensation for loss of employment or injury has jumped from 10 million naira to 50 million naira. Early feedback since the January 1st rollout has been a mix of relief and caution.
Workers generally have said the little salaries they earn have been further depleted by deductions, tax. So workers are very angry and they say they are completely pauperized. That is the complaint we are getting. Or those are the complaints we are getting.
Whether you like it or not, it's affecting everybody. Once you are being taxed from the office, and when you go to ATM machine, you are taxed. You recharge a card to make calls, you are taxed. That means you are being beaten from all corners.
However, analysts warn that while direct taxes are down for the poor, indirect costs, such as a new 5% fuel surcharge on fossil fuels, could erode these gains by driving up transportation costs and the general cost of living.
Nigerians are groaning every day when it comes to the realities of the economic situation we're facing. And then, if you then add the other incidentals that Nigerians spend on a daily basis, things like there's no lights, you have to fuel your generator, things like your road is not being done by the government, you have to contribute as a community to do it, things like security, you have to pay vigilantes and all of that. So where do we take all of those monies from?
First, we must acknowledge that this is an important reform, and even at the Institute for Development Studies, my professors have commended the Nigerian government, and it is a case study that other countries would even come and learn from. But I think one of the major concerns here, particularly for people from low-income households and the reduction of their income, is what would this money be used for? If governments can ensure that we can reduce inflation and ensure that the goods and services in the open market are affordable, are available for people from low-income households, then there will be no concern or complaint from people that are earning lesser.
The government says its target is to raise Nigerians' tax to GDP ratio from about 10% to align more closely with the African average of 18%. Sarah Chimugu, Channels Television News.